You know, it's funny because my mom got me this book on the SAT, which offers a bunch of practice problems and practice tests. Look how thick it is. And I remember when I first saw this book, I was like, I would never read this in my life. And here I am 2 years later, I have yet to open this book.
Metro Boomin want some more.
What's going on, guys? So it's summertime, right? Everyone, they're playing basketball, they're going to the gym, they're going to the beach, and they're living their life. But then there's a people, who are at home, the SAT nerds, as I like to say. They're all studying for the SAT, and they're kind of wondering how they should effectively study to get a high SAT score. Before I talk about really how to study for the SAT effectively over summer, I'm gonna tell you about one of my friends who studied for the SAT over summer. He's a junior. He's heading to his junior year. He studied from mid-July to end of August, okay? And all he did was Khan Academy, and I think like some other online resources. And when he took the SAT in November, when he took it, he managed to get a 1560 first try. So imagine that you study for the SAT over summer, you take it really early before 9% of other test takers who take it in April. You get a 1560 and you're chilling for the rest of the school year. And junior year, the big thing is SAT, right? You're chilling for the rest of the year. You have no worries, and you're just like, I already got my SAT score because I studied over summer when everyone else was not studying. So that's the payoff of studying over summer versus not. So the number one tip I can give you, as I really mentioned in all my videos, don't use these books. All right, don't use these. Okay, it's not even focusing because that's how dumb it is. Don't use those books. Instead, use online resources such as Khan Academy, because Khan Academy, in my opinion, as I say in all my videos, is the number one resource to use when it comes to SAT test taking. They come with practice tests, they come with mini quizzes, they have full video tutorials where they explain every problem or like the type of problem and how you should approach it. And if you're able to understand that psychology, you can really do well on the SAT. And I know it's summer, so there's a lot of distractions. You know, your friends want to go out, you want to go out. So honestly, like the best schedule you can have to like have fun over summer while still studying for the SAT, just study for the SAT maybe right in the morning when like 3 days a week for like an hour, 30 minutes. Just do hour and 30 minutes of Khan Academy practices Monday, a Friday, and Saturday right in the morning before you do anything else. Instead of watching YouTube videos like this one, just study for the SAT and you'll be good. The second best tip I can give for studying for SAT or summer really is to make sure you brush up on lots of writing skills and maybe even do some grammar practices, because while the math SAT in my opinion is easier to get a higher score on, like get a perfect on, but that when it comes to the English part, right, the reading comprehension, honestly, I prayed before. I was like, all right, this is either gonna be a hit or a miss. Like the first time I took the SAT, I got 740. It was a hit for English. The second time I got 690, which, but I think is not that good because you should always aim for over 700 on both sections. But that's that. But you can get most of your points for the English section on the writing section, because in my opinion, the writing section is a section for like the English part that you really want to get a near perfect on, because that can really boost your score. And it's reading comprehension in my opinion is already hard enough. So having that writing section to really cushion your score, make sure you don't do that bad on English, that's really a big bonus. So make sure you capitalize on the opportunity. So what you want to do for that is you want to look at a lot of grammar practices. I'm sure your English teachers can provide you with those. Online, you can go on like Pearson Learning Center or Kumon, and they have a bunch of resources where they'll give you grammar practices that show you strategies and teachings that are tested on the SAT. And the last tip I can give you is to go on Google right now and search up SAT learning centers nearby. And hopefully what pops up are C2 Education or Pearson Learning Center or some actual established institutional based learning centers for the SAT that can really teach you a lot of strategy, a lot of tips and tricks to make sure you get a high score. And really what you want to do is have these classes every Saturday for 2 to 3 hours in the morning, and that can supply you lots of learning for the SAT, because a lot of my friends did it and they managed to get 1400s and 1500s. I personally didn't do it, but I know it's a great resource because what they do is they give you exponentially harder problems than that would appear on the actual SAT. But by doing those hard problems, when you're faced with these easy problems that the SAT gives you, you're like, oh, like this is so easy for me. And you're able to finish the SAT fast, effectively, time efficiently, and you're really able to get a high score, 1400 to 1600 range. So those are my tips on how to study for the SAT over summer effectively. I hope you guys have a great summer, because summer's about enjoying, so don't make summer about SAT, because that's just really toxic, and you're gonna end up overstudying. You're just gonna probably do bad on the SAT. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, comment them down below. Or if you want any more advice from me, I always reply to my comments. So just comment any questions, anything you want down below, and I got you.